which is called as the Upsert in MongoDB. So Upsert means update plus insert. It's a combination, which means if value is there, it would update it. If value is not there, it would insert it. So same way the save works. So the identifier is underscore ID. So whatever data, so it doesn't go with the value of each document field. It relies only on underscore ID, which is essentially nothing but the object ID, return of the object ID function, this. So for any two document, if this thing matches, then it is going to, if it doesn't matches, then it will insert. If it matches, then it will fetch the same record and do the update on that. That's how the upsert works over here. So we can see a quick example for this upserting. So what I am going to do is we are going to add a simple variable, and we can always put our own underscore ID. So we don't have to always rely on underscore ID. As long as it remains unique, that is fine. And in JSON, this is compulsory that the key and the value, like of course the key has to be embedded inside the codes. But in Mongo shell, it is not required because it knows implicitly that it is always going to be a string, so we don't need these codes anymore. We'll just skip these codes and we will give it a number as 420, and then we can give some value, for example name, and we will say insert it. Now we have to retrieve it, so we'll say dot find, and then we have to match this pattern. So we have to say in the matcher that 420, and it retrieves the data, which is fine. Now next time what we are trying to do is we are trying to do and then here we get this error, because as long as this value is unique, it allows you to provide whatever underscore ID you are giving. So that is why this time the insert operation failed and it has given you this error. So this error has a detailed explanation. If you will put it on Google or go to the documentation, it can speak more about you and the root cause, RCA, root cause analysis. So what we are going to try now is we are going to understand about the update, so which is called as the upsert. So we will do a save over here, and as soon as we do the save, if it matches this, it will modify the field. It would say okay, this field has been modified. So there is something which is called as the upsert, which is a parameter. So if we give that parameter for the insert, and if the document already exists, then it would do the upsert, and then it would say the upsert is equal to true. So we will take an example. So here you can give the option whenever you are trying to do a update. You will give the query, then you will give the update, and then you will give the option. So these options have its own specific meaning, and it can be passed again as a JSON object. So one of the objects apart from upsert is the multi, means whenever you're trying to update anything, first thing it would try to match. Second is in the update query whatever you're giving. If the match is more than one, for example, you want to update in the collection whosoever is from a city or from a state Texas. So there could be more than one results which are returned in the query which matches. So if your multi is false, then it would just update the first record. If this multi is true, then it would update whatever the multiple records, and here the update condition will go. So we will just try, and we will give with the update the condition which is called as up. So we would go here, and first we would say update. This one would be our matcher. So we would just close the matcher here, and then we would have the update value over here, and then the third stuff goes as in any sequence. JSON is a unsequenced or unordered structure. So even if I give multi before it, upsert, it is fine. That's not a problem as long as we have the key. So we will say multi, and then we would say upsert. And in the upsert, we can say true. Okay. So this one is good. This is additional, so we just need to remove this. Multi-update only works with $set option. So $set option means wherever, um, for example, in this you can say $set, and then you have to give it another object, whatever you want to set over there. So you say $set, and then you say in the set it takes an object, and then inside the object it takes the key and the value. So once that is done, it would match, and once it matches, it says one field matched, but there is nothing modified because the value was same as before in this object itself. That is why it hasn't modified it. So now we will say update it twice. This time we should see a result over here. So it says yes, this has been modified. Now what we will do over here is we will change the ID number. So instead of 420, we will say 911. So now we got this, which is called as upserted is equal to true. So what happened is we have fired a command which is called as update, but the record was not there and it was confused. Mongo was confused because it didn't found any matches over here, and then it wanted to update something, but if it didn't find match, how would it update it? So you said, okay, if you don't find, you insert. So when update and insert work in combination, it is called as the upsert. That is how you see here that this record has been updated. If you will try to make change to the same object now, since this underscore ID exists, so it would not give you any upserted field number. It would tell you, okay, I am able to find it, I was able to match it, and now I am able to modify it. So that's how upsert works. Upsert is a combination of insert and update, and essentially it works with the update option. If the value is not existing, it will insert. If it exists, it will update. That's the short summary of the upsert.